Hey guys, RavenSylphe here and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Okay, so we left off, we're in this room and we need to look around. Oh, there's a corpse here, let's not look at that. We don't want to raise our darkening level. Let's look. Let's start from the right. There are numerous scrapbooks on this shelf, each containing various newspaper and newsletter clippings. One in particular stands out. It's an old-school 3-ring binder filled with articles that are all over 30 years old. 1973. Serial kidnapping and murder at Heavenly Host Elementary. That's here, right?
That was an article about that. There was an article about that in one of the classrooms too, I think.
Dashing the hopes and prayers of their concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children return home tonight in body bags.
Oh, excuse me.
Need a drink. Local police gave an official statement at around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yuki Kano, 11, Ryo Yoshizawa, 8, and Tokiko Tsuji, 7, previously reported missing, were found dead in a basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind their murders are still under investigation, and a suspect with ties to the school's teaching staff is in questioning. First responders report a shocking, grisly murder scene and have expressed concerns at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Oh, I haven't talked this much in a long time. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and officials believe that the sight of this may exacerbate the already delicate mental states of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is 7-year-old Sachiko Shinozaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable towards closing this case and putting this horror behind us. However, so police are anxious to question her. Meanwhile, other parents are already begun calling Heavenly Host safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA there's a snippet from another page as well, which includes photographs of the 3 victims as well as the lone survivor. Oh, these are the children I saw.
I've seen them too. I guess they were killed here, so now they've cursed the place or something.
It's so horrible to hear what happened to them. I've been looking at them as scary evil spirits all this time, but really, they're just victims themselves.
Be careful, Suzumoto. Compassion can be dangerous in a place like this. It's not unheard of for a spirit to lose its sense of humanity after dying. In other words, these kids aren't necessarily going to play nice with living beings anymore.
What do you think happened to the murderer? Well, here we go. We talk about him in this one. Accused child murderer commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders was found dead early yesterday morning. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, he was placed in intensive psychiatric care and escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt which culminated in the discovery of his hanging body in the room beneath Heavenly Host Elementary School. Near the site of his shocking triple homicide, the cause of death was ruled as strangulation, and it's strongly believed to be self-inflicted. As this appears to be a show of remorse, previously thought beyond his mental capacity. Sorry. A psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery.
Even the murderer killed himself, huh? Guess there's no happy end for anybody, though the families of the victims were probably glad to see him go.
Well, and there's that one girl who was spared too.
Isn't it kind of strange, though, that there's not one single comment about this from the survivor's family? Every article is full of commentary from friends and family of the deceased, but there's not a word to be found anywhere about the girl who was spared. I'd assumed that was by request to protect their privacy or something.
Do newspapers really care about that, though?
The mass media is always about chasing scoops, no matter what it takes to get them or who they have to bother. God damn it. Dr. Tomokichi Fukurai's research records. Mesmer's magnetism. Correspondences with Anna Sprengel. Seraphita. Malleus Maleficarum. Nice. Voynich manuscript. Records of psychic phenomena. Letters to and from magic societies. Classic mystery novels. Not your typical elementary school reading material. There are no serial numbers or library cards or anything on them. So they're probably not the school's. That's true. Maybe these are brought in by other victims who got trapped here. Actually, it looks like there's a name stamp on some of these kibiki. Is that how you read those kanji? Wait, kibiki. Wow, you're right. I recognize that name. You know that paranormalist Saho Sayanoki? Ko Kibiki is her mentor. He's a journalist. So that's the reason. Mr. Kibiki isn't here too, I guess. But why? I guess. Save and leave. Oh. I wonder how much time has passed since we got here. I don't know if I can trust my cell phone clock in a place like this. That's a good point. If space is being changed around randomly, there's no reason to believe the same thing isn't happening to time. I trust my stomach though, and it's telling me that dinner time has already come and gone, and now is about when good boys and girls should go to bed. Well, I have to admit, I am hungry. Maybe we should add finding food to your list, Shinozaki. But for now, I think it's about time we found a nice, cozy spot to sit and rest for a while. I think I'd like that, as I'm really, really tired. Not so tired that I'm worried about getting possessed or anything, but tired enough. And so the four of us headed to the safest spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes, and fell fast asleep. Understandable considering what they'd just experienced. Out like a light, both of them. They must be exhausted. Kishinuma went through a great deal of turmoil to save Ayumi after all. Aren't you tired too? I am, but I just can't bring myself to sleep. My mind keeps racing, wondering what Nori and the others are doing right now. I feel like I need to be ready to run out after them at a moment's notice. Yeah, I know just where you're coming from. I get the same way when I think about Sheik. I wish I could see his face right now, you know? Nana, what happened to your legs? I felt a chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruise-like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before, but they had become much darker in color. They had looked pink originally, as if she'd just rubbed her skin up against something, but now they were deep dark purple, the color of grapes. Are you alright? Does it hurt? That scared me. Oh, you mean these bruises? They've been here since before. Yeah, but they're darker now. Oh, you're right. What a weird color. What's happening? It probably just changed color over time from the blood rushing to the surface. I doubt it's anything to worry about. Sorry. I just hope it doesn't leave a scar. True, you do have beautiful legs after all. Oh, please, no I don't. I'm jealous. You're so thin and gorgeous. If I were as tall as you, she and I would sure look a lot more natural together. Is he your boyfriend?
Nothing quite like that. I guess you could say he's just a really important person to me. He always stands by me, accepts me for who I am despite all my flaws, and always supports me in whatever I choose to do.
He sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not just saying this because we're in the same drama club, but he's like some kind of prince. Though if you ask Kishinuma, he's an evil wizard.
Kishinuma has a thing for Ayumi, don't he?
Oh, does that bother you? Are you taking an interest, perhaps?
No, nothing like that.
Sorry, I had to ask. Actually, Kishinuma's got it pretty rough. He's got a rival for Shinazaki's affections. Oh, but they look so cute together. They are a lot alike in many ways, particularly in their complete inability to be honest about how they feel.
I'll bet it's a lot like when you're with Momoshige, isn't it?
Oh, come on, I already told you, it's not like that with us. Though, I guess I really don't know how to classify the way I feel. I mean, when I do finally see Shig, how should I react? What do I want him to do? Do I want him to pull me in his arms like Kishinuma did with Shinazaki, or do I just want him to pat me on the head and tell me I did good? I guess I won't really know until the time comes, if it comes.
It'll come, just like it did for Kishinuma and Ayumi.
Thanks. I hope Machida's able to reunite with Yuka and Nakashima, too, and Misui, and Shinohara. We'll meet up and go back home, and properly exchange that photo we took together after the cultural festival. I really want to see my friends, too. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've just been talking about myself all this time. I want to go scout around for them real quick. I have to go to the bathroom anyway.
By yourself? Isn't that dangerous?
I'll only be going for a moment. I guess thinking about her friends got her all worked up. She probably just couldn't sit still any longer.
Suzumoto?
Ah, Kishinuma, you're awake.
Shouldn't you go with her, just to be safe?
I probably should. You stay here and keep an eye on Shinazaki.
Thanks, I will. If anything happens, just yell real loud, okay? I'll smack Shinazaki till she's awake and the two of us will come running.
Okay. The hallways are pretty dark, so I think I'm going to borrow one of her candles.
Just be careful. Once you find Ogasawara, you two come right back. You got it? Why do people always feel the urge to run apart when this is a situation?
The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever. Maybe we passed each other without realizing it.
Oh no.
No! No! Nana! What's wrong? Nana!
Oh god.
Ah!
The sound that echoed through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a chunk of meat, bone and all. And the sound was accompanied by a dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled on the ground in front of me. Or rather, part of Nana. It was really just the top half of her body, clearly severed at the thigh. Her legs were completely gone. And the worst part is, she was still fully alert and aware.
Ah! My legs! My legs! Nana!
I can't scream right now. I don't want to wake the neighbors. This grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landing on my butt. I couldn't move.
It hurts! It hurts! My legs! My legs!
Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing on the ground as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I could do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's screaming body, gushing blood every which way, was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I'd ever seen. I don't want to read it. I could sense the presence of another person in the shadow just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was well encompassed past a certain point, giving only the vague notion of a human silhouette within the inky black void.
Who's there? The locker room. No, wait, it's not. Where is this? What's back there? The door should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting, or lack of it, was completely wrong. There's also an indescribably foul odor wafting out from within, so incredible and revolting that it felt it could never leave my senses again. And whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me step by step.
Is it Pyramid Head?
I still couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly I didn't want to. His existence alone was frightening enough. Whoever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing itself over Nana's head, as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile. In fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. Was this even a person? Stop, please stop.
The figure is now fully visible, and was indeed a person, I think. He grabbed Nana by the head, then turned and began dragging her into that horrid room. She was clearly nearing death, as it took everything she had to scream in protest. Her voice was getting weaker, and her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must be to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would be bad enough just having my head held in that massive, filthy grip. No, grip isn't the right word. It was more like a bite.
God, no, no, save me, please, Mayu! No!
These were the panicked, primal screams of a person's last moments on Earth. It's a sound no one should ever have to hear, much less produce. And once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it from your memory. It stays with you. I sat there dumbfounded, so disturbed that I could barely breathe, and watched the slow slither of Nana's body as she disappeared into the unknown. It only took a few seconds for her to vanish into blackness, but those were the longest few seconds of my life. When she was gone, only a swath of blood remained, tracing her path down the hall and across that hellish threshold.
Nana, I have to go save her. Help! Mayu! Nana!
Gathering all my courage, I ran at full speed toward the black void, but found no room to enter. Beyond the door was nothing more than a solid wall.
What? No. Where is she? Where is she taken? Mayu!
It was just as Shinozaki had said. Right before my eyes, a human being was pulled into space that simply no longer existed. Pulled out of reality, and yet I could still hear her.
No. I can't even describe how frightened I was. All I could do was scream and take off running away from there. Anywhere else was preferable. Why am I going this way? Nana isn't this way. She's behind me. I need to go back. I need to save her. I need to save Nana. But I'm just getting farther and farther away from her. No, I can't. I just can't. It's not possible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Nana. I couldn't do anything to save you. What do I say to Kishinuma and Shinozaki? We were just talking with her, and now look what's happened. Her legs were torn right off, right along the lines of those bruises. Wait, the bruises. Nana was sliced up in the exact spot where she had those markings. And I have markings just like that on my stomach, but that doesn't mean anything, right? It's just coincidence, right? What is wrong with me? Worrying about myself at a time like this. But I can't help it.
I opened my compact mirror and hesitantly brought it down to my abdomen, lifting my shirt and loosening my skirt a bit to get a better look.
Oh God, no! I didn't have to look very hard. The color of the bruise on my abdomen darkened significantly. It was far more pronounced now, practically pulsating in purplish red. It looked more like some kind of demented crust that had surfaced from deep inside my body. No, no. It's darker, more clearly outlined, and it looks bigger now, too. What is this? Why is it here? It's just a bruise, right? I'm sure it'll go away on its own over time if I leave it be. I just kept telling myself that. It would go away on its own. It was nothing. I was starting to believe it. Feeling somewhat placated, I lifted the mirror up and prepared to shut it and put it away when I caught a quick glimpse of my face. I saw fear. I saw sadness. I saw defeat. But I also saw something else. No. At first I doubted my eyes, but I wasn't seeing things. Nor was it a smudge on the mirror. It was another discolored bruise just like the one on my abdomen. It was nowhere near as dark, but it was definitely there, and given enough time it would get a lot darker. Why? When did I get this? Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe I just need to wipe it off. I tried spit shining it away with my finger, but all it did was make it wet. And each time I pressed down on it, the surrounding skin would turn white, creating greater contrast and making it stand out more. It wasn't going away. It wasn't going away. It was just, if it just kept getting darker, I might end up like Nana. No, please, no. Torn apart at the seams. No.
Suzumoto, what's wrong? I thought I heard you scream, no luck inviting Osagawara. I don't like that at all. We'll help you search. Suzumoto?
No, stay back.
Took a step away from them despite myself. What's going on?
Please, just stay back. Nothing's going on, I swear.
Did something happen? Did you see something in your compact?
It's nothing. I didn't see anything. I'm fine. No, I couldn't let them see me like that. I didn't want this... See that hideous bruise?
Wait! Suzumoto!
Suzumoto! What do I do? I'm running again, but where? Where am I going? I have to get rid of this. If I can't, then it'll end up like Nana. I have to hurry. I have to find some way of making this go away. I had some concealer in my makeup bag. Maybe I could hide it. There we go. Can't see it at all now. All I have to do is get some sleep and then wake up. When I wake up, that bruise will be long gone. I know it will. Yeah, I was getting all worked up over nothing. It's just a little mark on my face after all. Probably just a result of that stress I've been feeling here. Once things calm down, it would go away for sure. I don't want to be in this room. Let's leave. I don't remember closing the door.
Oh God.
It wouldn't open, and it wasn't like it was locked. Rather, it felt almost as if someone were holding it closed with superhuman strength.
Oh God.
Suddenly I realized why the door was wrapped.
How do you miss that?
It was wrapped multiple times with thin black threads. How did I not notice this a moment ago? What the? Is this human hair? I looked at it more closely and concluded without a question that is exactly what it was. I felt an unpleasant heat radiating along my back muscles, across my entire spine. I was being watched. There was some sort of moist, lukewarm presence in the room with me. And slowly but surely, I could sense it moving. Who's there? Who's behind me? I was too scared to turn around. This room. It was a little girl wearing a red dress, probably a first or second grader. Her skin was as pale as pottery, contrasting with her lacquer-like hair, but she looked somehow familiar. Ah, this is the girl from the newspaper who survived the murders, Sachiko Shinozaki. But this can't be right. That happened over 30 years ago. This room is so lifeless. I know what it needs. A human autopsy model. I want to dissect a human. What? Have you come to play with us again? No, please, no. Something was dripping onto the back of my hand. Are these tears? That's what I thought at first anyway. If I'd started crying, I wasn't aware, but considering what was going on, it wouldn't have been surprising in any way. I wonder just how much I'd cried since getting sealed in this godforsaken place. Probably more than I'd ever cried before in my entire life. But these weren't tears, were they? Was it blood then? Did these children do something to me? Sure enough, I reached up and touched my face, and my fingers came in contact with something sticky and red. What did you do to me? We didn't do anything. Sachiko's answer was cold and disinterested, and came accompanied with a crooked, wry smile. She was just a child, yet one glance from her made every hair on my body stand on end. How about you take a look in the mirror? We'll wait, just for a little bit, though. Sachiko's face made me feel as if there were maybe two sides to her, one gentle and one not. But regardless of which I was dealing with here, I wasn't about to go against her recommendation. I was legitimately curious myself. So I took out my compact, opened it up, and... Why? No, please! The bruise I concealed with makeup had sprung back to the surface once again. Though it could hardly be called a bruise anymore. My skin had literally split open from inside, and blood was beginning to seep out through the pinkish fissure, bead by bead. No, this can't be happening. It can't be, no. It's happening. That's all you. If you hadn't fought it, you might have been able to die quickly. But you're going to die. You're going to be torn open along those cracks on your belly. The bruise along my stomach and abdomen had followed suit, splitting open and dripping dark red blood everywhere. At this point, I'd completely lost any ability to think or reason. I was a goner, and I knew what's worse than dying in an instant by getting smashed against a wall. Getting slowly, carefully torn apart. That's what. Let's play. Come on, let's play. Time to begin the autopsy, everyone. No, please, stay away. Yeah, I was a goner. I couldn't fight it. Somewhere deep in the pit of my soul, I knew there was no way out. This unimaginably cruel fate was predestined. I couldn't escape. Oh, sure, I tried to run. I squirmed and resisted with every bit of strength I had, but fate had me by the ankle, and it wasn't about to let go. If only I could force myself to lose consciousness. Maybe I could avoid the unbearable agony that I knew was coming, but sadly, I wasn't that strong-willed. I could feel the hands of children all over my body, coming from virtually every direction, and they were really digging. It hurts. It hurts. No, I'm dying. Save me, Sheik. Sheik, your dear Sheik won't be coming to your rescue. No chance, no hope. I was seized with pain unlike anything I'd ever imagined possible before. I couldn't talk, couldn't move, couldn't even think. I felt like my head was going to explode under the pressure of the millions of nerves all telling my body just how much every part of my body hurt. Sorry, my brain. But it didn't stop. Every moment it grew worse and worse.
That little boy is totally going in for a boob grab. Sorry.
Then I began to drift away. What an awful stink. Let's decorate the wall, or maybe the hallway outside with our new autopsy model. This school's getting livelier all the time. Sachiko's voice sounded like it was far in the distance. It was then that I realized the agony I'd been feeling had changed. It was no longer pain, but chill. I didn't hurt anymore. It was just cold. So cold that I couldn't even feel my body. So cold. So very, very cold. Sheik, I can't even move a finger anymore. But even if I'm dead, even if my body is an unsightly mess, I hope you won't think poorly of me. Because Sheik, my final wish is that Sheik be the one to find my body. As long as it's not too revolting to look at anyway. I want him to think I'm pretty. I miss him. Sheik, bro.
And that's the end of chapter 2. Woo! Chapter 3, Encounter.
Well. Okay.
Well, that was the end of Corpse Party Book of Shadows, Chapter 2, Demise. A proper title for that chapter. Next, we'll be moving on to Encounter. Oh man, this is horrible. It's horrifying. And I'm like half asleep. Anyways. So I will see you guys next time when we continue with chapter 3.
Excuse me.
So yeah, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye. Worthless gossip, huh?
Shinozaki, that's enough. You can stop this. This isn't you. You're in pain, right? Whatever loose soul is in control of Shinozaki, I'm calling you out. Get the hell out of her right now, right this instant. You hear me?
She's ours. I'm going to make Spotty mine. Not a chance. I'm much better at using her than both of you combined. It's only when we're inside this person that our pain subsides, so please, will you let us have her? Give her to us, please. What if we save you? We'll help you out of the school alive.
Shut up. Shut up, you selfish bastards. Look, I sympathize with you, I really do.